All right, guys, Smith & Wesson's breaking out the heavy metal, baby. Let's have some fun. This is the new 2.0 M&P with the T6 alloy frame. All right, let's have a go. See how she shoots. Always a good day to break out an M&P. Let's go. Yes, sir. Get some of that. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome back, everybody. Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. This pistol is so awesome, and I'm so excited to talk about it today. Our friends at Smith & Wesson were nice enough to send us one of these out early for us to check out, and I really wanted you guys to kind of join along in our experience with it and talk about it a bit. This does depart pretty considerably from some of the M&Ps you've seen in the past, and we are going to get into this one. Before we get started, I would like to thank our friends at Ammunition Depot for supporting our ammo efforts here today. I get all of my ammo through them. Really great people. They got some wonderful selection, great pricing, really fast shipping. Totally worth checking out. Also, they've got a new program they're going to be coming out with pretty soon that's going to be an ammunition, let's just say a subscription service you can sign up for. So if you want to have your ammo automatically delivered, that might be an option. So check them out, Ammunition Depot, and a big thanks to them for supporting our videos. All right, so let's get back to this M&P a little bit. The biggest departure is going to be in the frame itself. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just pop this pistol apart. I did bring my old school Gen 1 9L out for us to do a little bit of comparison between the frames. As you can see on the Gen 1 is a polymer frame, a very rigid polymer frame. Smith & Wesson for a long time and still is known for having probably one of the most rigid polymer frame pistols out there because of this chassis system they use that helps with the rigidity. What they opted to do on this new metal gun is to opt for a 7075 T6 aluminum lower, okay? They got some really cool looking lightning cuts and some nice blends that they did with some of the lines in there that are really cool looking. They left themselves some nice convenient like little billboards over here to put some of their information on the pistol. You do have a pick rail, okay? The trigger mechanism they did wildly improve considerably. We're going to talk about some of those improvements as we go. I'm going to go ahead and put this pistol back together. Disassembly procedure is exactly the same as any of your favorite M&Ps out there. It is a tiny bit heftier holding those two frames side by side. In fact, that's something I maybe didn't articulate. The weight between the two frames, obviously, you know, the Gen 1 frame is a little lighter, but not much lighter. I would say only mere ounces between these two frames. So you're getting a lot more rigidity in the M&P pistol, if that's even possible, for not very much more weight, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put this pistol back together. All right, the trigger, they really did depart considerably from the Gen 1 trigger, okay? The Gen 1 trigger is not a bad trigger, but it has a more simplified over travel stop, as well as the way that the trigger, when you squeeze it, it flexes a good bit, okay? And companies like Apex and a few others came out with a lot of different solutions down the road to kind of improve the original OG Smith & Wesson pistols a considerable amount. On this gun, they've definitely, you know, fixed a lot of the inherent complaints and issues they had out of some of the earlier M&P pistols. They've got a much larger over travel stop, okay? So the trigger doesn't really flex a lot when it breaks. That's nice. Plus, you do a lot more accurate shooting when the trigger stops where it breaks, or shortly thereafter, obviously. You're not having a lot of additional movement into your sight picture when you squeeze through the trigger. So having an over travel definitely increases the, let's just say, user experience in terms of the inherent accuracy potential of the pistol. As you could see, I cleared all these plates with very little effort, okay? I'm gonna, you know, say that's in part to this wonderful trigger. Now the way that they have the safety, okay, it has that same type of safe action, almost like a Glock safety in a way, in the trigger, okay? If you squeeze the side of the trigger by mistake, it won't fire. You have to actually depress that little plunger in there so the trigger can clear and then break. They changed that drastically too. Instead of the trigger flexing in the middle to make that, you know, that little notch line up so that it can fire, they opted to put it in the middle of the trigger so the actual trigger bow itself is solid. And that's a huge improvement. I love the over travel stop on this trigger. When you do the reset on it, it has a nice short reset that has a bit of a discernible click. Very, very nice trigger. Huge improvement over the standard article on the Smith. Okay, so this particular gun being an alloy frame, also going up to the slide, these are slide rider ready, optics ready guns. So that's kind of, in the industry right now, that seems to be the reoccurring theme, is that people want to have an optics ready pistol. Obviously here on my 9L, you can see I've got my Trijicon SRO on there, rocking that with the high sights. This is a great pistol, I love it, okay? This one I opted to just run the irons just to see how good it could shoot accuracy-wise without any type of optics. It does come with a variety of different mounting plates and hardware to drop your favorite optic on this gun. Also, it comes with interchangeable back straps. Before we talk about the slide more, I'll just mention that. To remove the back strap, just twist the takedown tool assembly 45 degrees, pull it out, and you can interchange different back straps. This is the medium. I'm sort of a medium sort of guy, but you've got small, large, and a medium large. The medium large and the large also have some additional webbing back here to help fill your hand a little bit if you've got some kind of fat web, you know, where your hand goes up into the web of the pistol there. If you got kind of fatter hands or larger hands, or just some people have big hands, it does give you a bit of extra meat right there, which is nice. I'm opting for the medium on this one, so we're just gonna drop that back in. And with this back strap off, you can also see that they did use polymer in a few of the areas that are not very important to accuracy or rigidity. So that is something that I would imagine is not only a cost cutting concern, but also to cut weight, primarily for the weight savings. I love the way they did the serrations on this gun. The rear cocking serrations are very similar to any other M&P you might see, but I love what they did on the forward cocking serrations. I believe that's a throwback from the 2.0s, and I love it. I think it's a great look. This one has a nice two-tone appearance with the tungsten Cerakote on the upper and lower. The slide is stainless, the barrel is stainless. I believe this gun, this particular one, is a 4-inch barrel model, okay? Very cool stuff. 3-dot sights, very simple, 3-dot matrix like you'd expect on any type of pistol out here. The front sight and rear sight are completely driftable for windage in either direction. There is no elevation adjustment on this pistol at all. I mean, I'm making hits out to 50 yards, no problem. Might be shooting just a little high at 50, but overall, dead on the money. You do have a pick rail, and yeah, I mean, it's an M&P that you know and love, but with some very distinctive enhancements and improvements. Now, is having the, you know, alloy frame a huge improvement over the polymer frame? It's definitely more rigid. I mean, like, this gun does not flex at all, so I'm really enjoying the accuracy here. This particular gun came with 2 17-shot mags, and I do have one of my old school M&P mags that has a Taran tactical mag extension there. That's from Taran Butler, okay? And this makes it a 22-shot mag, so we are gonna be running that as well. So let's have some fun. I've got some defensive ammo, a little bit more ball we're gonna shoot, and let's just have some fun with this pistol. You cannot go wrong with the M&P. They are fantastic pistols. And of course, it's a striker fire mechanism, so no hammer or anything like that. All right. All right, I had to get a little rapid there. Okay, I've got a mag here of some defensive ammunition. We got some Remington Ultimate Defense full-size handgun ammo. I do have some soft targets out here. This is a 124 grain Golden Saber projectile, and that is their hollow point defensive ammo from Remington. So a big thanks to Remington for sending us some of this stuff out to, you know, try out here a little bit. I was happily pleased when I saw some ammo show up on my doorstep, and it was defensive ammo. And I guess they heard that we were having a hard time getting hold of some of our defensive ammo. So big thanks to them. All right, you can get this stuff through Ammo Depot as well, of course. All right, I've got a few watermelons and some sodas and some defensive ammo here in the M&P. We're gonna take a few shots here and see if we can obliterate these sodas. You ready, Chad? All right, let's have a try here. It's 124 grain plus P. Here we go. I'm gonna go left to right, Chad. You want me to just take out a couple of sodas and then hit the watermelon a few times for this shot? Okay, he's running slow-mo back there, okay? Let's have some fun. Oh, got it on the way down. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A little watermelon souffle. All right, I got a few rounds left. Let's just try for some accuracy here out of this plus P124 from Remington here. Yes, sir. Not bad at all. I'm very pleased with the accuracy of that carry ammo and in general, the accuracy of this pistol. And you know, at first I kind of thought, well, you know, what's this all about? You know, how good could it be, right? I mean, is it really that much better than a standard M&P? I don't know, let's shoot the standard M&P. Now, this is actually not a standard M&P, okay? This is a 9L, and I want to show this gun off because this is one of my favorite M&P pistols, and I thought, you know, if I'm going to come out here and show off this newer pistol, I kind of want to show off the OG. I've had this 9L for quite some time. I remember when I was still working with Ray up at Moss Pond, great people, and we went and took the On the Hip program, took the armorer's course. All right, so we did our M&P armorer's course, and we got a certificate where we could buy any gun in the catalog for $2.99, any pistol. So what'd you think Eric bought? I bought the 9L, ported Performance Center 9L for $2.99, and I've had this gun forever, and I've been shooting it a lot, and I love this pistol. So I'm gonna put a few rounds through this one, just so we can draw a little bit more of a direct comparison between the polymer frame and the alloy frame. All right, so let's try this out. Ooh, and I might want to put the freaking ears on. This ain't suppressed. Okay, now here's my standard 9L Performance Center. Oh, this gun is so much fun to shoot, y'all. Yeah. Now, it's kind of hard to say because this gun has a ported barrel, so the shot recovery, you know, it may be one of those things where the alloy frame being a little bit more rigid and heavier might give me a very similar amount of shot recovery, just shooting like fast strings. I'm trying to shoot pretty freaking fast, probably faster than I should be shooting. But it's good to know that if you're carrying this gun in a defensive situation and you really needed to lay down some lead, that you could do it. All right, so we're back to the metal frame. I'm shooting ridiculously quick, probably too fast, but the inherent accuracy potential of this pistol is wonderful. I'm really digging it. Really digging it. All right, I'm gonna take a few longer range shots. I've got a little 10-inch round back there, and it's about 50 yards away. Let's just have a little fun. Not a huge target, but all right. Not bad. I mean, I'm just kind of wrapping them out, just trying to throw a few rounds down range, but I'm really digging this handgun. And I love some of the revisions they made to this thing. I like the color. At first, I didn't really think I was gonna like the color, but it's kind of growing on me. I've always been just kind of a black pistol sort of guy, but I'm really digging that tungsten finish. And you know, I think there's a couple of different reasons they went with this finish. One reason is because they want to definitely set it apart from some of the existing stuff in the line. I mean, what better way than to say, look, I'm here, than to give your pistol a facelift, right? Not only the aesthetics of having the alloy frame and, you know, fixing a few of the little tiny teething issues of the original M&Ps, but what better way than to give it such a facelift? And it's got that kind of look. It's got that look, which I really enjoy. I like it. So I'm gonna shoot a couple more mags. I mean, I think you guys get the idea. I could shoot this thing all day. Of course, reliability's been dead nuts reliable. No issues at all in terms of function and everything like that. And I have always liked the M&P pistols. I own quite a few of them. I've got a few M&P 45s. I've got a threaded M&P 45 we've done a video on. We've got a few standard 9mm. Got a Pro Core Series, which was the predecessor to the Performance Center. And of course the 9L is a performance center gun. I'll tell you what, load that Taran mag. I didn't run that one just yet. So I'll run 2 more of these 17 shots, and we'll run the Taran mag through this thing just to make sure everything's on the up and up. The mag bodies are the same, so all of your early M&P stuff in terms of mags will fit these newer pistols just fine. Wow, all in all, I can only imagine the places that they're gonna take this gun in the future in terms of, you know, what they can do with this platform. I mean, I foresee like race guns with extended mag wells, you know, race mag wells, compensators, you know, all your different slide riders and things. There's a lot of things they can do with this platform with an alloy frame to really bring this into the elite race gun category, especially for an affordable price. And as a carry gun, I would feel absolutely well protected carrying this as a you know, a good protection gun. Now, they do offer some of the M&Ps with manual safeties. I've never been a manual safety kind of guy. This one doesn't have manual safety. One thing I didn't mention before, that the magazine release is ambidextrous and can be swapped to either side of the pistol, and then the slide stop is ambidextrous, so you can reach it from either side of the pistol. And there was a feature on the 2.0 that would, like if you put a mag in kind of hard and slapped it, it would prevent the slide from falling. And it looks like they did away with that feature. Okay, so see, if I slam this, it's gonna go in a battery. Now watch, if I take a mag and put it in kind of tightly, they had that feature in an attempt to avoid that from happening. But the general consensus is most people want the slide to fall if it's racked relatively hard, because in competition, if you give the mag a little smack, it's kind of a trick that that slide, I can get that slide to fall every single time with just the right amount of force. So it's not really a feature, it's just kind of a hack. So now you know. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of shooting, and I'll tell you what, I'll demonstrate that with all 3 mags. I can get that slide to stop just by giving it a little bit of force. Or the slide to fall, rather. Okay, we got a round in the chamber. You still have the viewing port here on the top of the barrel hood to see the round in the chamber. I can look and I can visually inspect and see that there's a round in the chamber. All in all, this is an M&P, but maybe just a little bit better. Maybe a lot better. Your mileage may vary, but buddy, I'm loving it. All right, watch this. Ooh, didn't get it to fall that time. The point is though, the early 2.0s, you cannot do that no matter how hard you hit it, the slide will not fall. Okay, yeehaw. Yes, sir. All right, Taran. I ate my own words, look at that. Didn't fall that time, did it? All right. Cannot go wrong with the M&P, boys and girls. Very happy. I will admit, I actually have not been doing as much pistol shooting as I probably should admit to. You know, I've just been in a little bit of a funk this year, and a lot of people have been asking why there hadn't been as many range videos. It's not that we don't want to do range content. Of course we do, and we plan to. But sometimes it's just too freaking hot to be outside shooting in this 100-degree Georgia heat and everything. So sometimes, yeah, I opt for a few videos down in the studio a little bit, because sometimes these shooting videos can be a little taxing, but I do enjoy it. And this M&P is fantastic. And I think that if you're looking for a carry gun and maybe you haven't gotten into a striker fire gun yet, this might be a great place to look, especially if you don't mind spending a little bit more money for some really functional upgrades. If you buy a standard M&P and you go and put an Apex trigger in it, or maybe you have an older M&P and you got to buy a special slide with a slide rider cut or something, this makes a lot of sense to have a functional out-of-the-box pistol that's ready to go. Simply drop your optic on it, buy you some mags, whatever, do some training, get a holster, and go to town. That's one thing I failed to mention before as well, is that all of your standard M&P holsters will fit this. So no special holsters required. This will drop right into your standard M&P holster. So that's great news there. So they don't have to make any funky, revisions to the existing holster market. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I apologize for my poor shooting. I'm not really shooting as good as I normally do, but I'm a little out of practice, admittedly. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Go over to Ballistic Ink and pick yourself up a snazzy new t-shirt. That's one way that you can support our channel if you wish to do so. We have many more videos on the way. Yes, we have meltdowns coming. I know people have been asking if you're still here. Yes, people have been asking for meltdowns. We have more coming. We have many more rifle videos, shotguns, pistols. We're always shooting stuff. Just bear with me, because the range content does take a considerable amount of time to edit and put together. So if we don't put out quite the frequency, I apologize, but I do promise more range videos are coming. Thank you for being patient. Many more videos on the way. We'll see you soon.